What's up, everybody? Thumpr Fishing. Today is November 26, 2024. And yesterday, as I mentioned, we went... Well, I guess I didn't mention it. Yesterday, I went fishing, Beacon 42. I do not have the best luck there. It was a slow, cold day. But then again, slow used to be getting skunked for me. And now I say slow, and I still caught one redfish, lost one right at the kayak, and like 3 trout. So I guess that's pretty good. It was just kind of like everything was going wrong for me, gear wise and everything. But my buddy Nelson, he did really well and was catching fish pretty constantly, but it was still somewhat of a slow day for him. But it was a beautiful, beautiful day. And I did see the biggest redfish I have ever seen in person in like 2 feet of water. Freaking thing was giant. I mean, it was just flashy. It was bright, giant, and I mean, this thing was thick. Anyway, I know I said in that video that I was gonna try and go out today and try and make like a Thanksgiving video. Since I won't be able to go out fishing during Thanksgiving, I wanted to have a video I could put out there during Thanksgiving. I'm going out to meet Fishing with Critter, and I think it's called Kiwanis Park in Cocoa Beach area. This area is going to be a lot deeper and complete opposite of what we did yesterday. Yesterday we were fishing in max 3 feet of water. It was more like 1.5 feet most times. Today, it sounds like this spot, I mean, you're going to be averaging 5-6 feet along the mangroves. And then there's some deep, deep holes out there. So, all right, so I think that's everything. Let's go get there. Let's go get on the water. And let's see if we can transition from those shallow flats fishing to some deeper fishing and some mangrove fishing. Let's see what we can do. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. All right, catch you over there. All right, we're out here. Already threw my fluke, and it already got nailed by a puffer fish. So... pretty dead right now. I can't find anything. I'm in the flats right now. I was hoping I'd catch something trying to warm up, but there ain't nothing here. Just trying to find them. I guess I'll try this back corner before we head out. Lots of little trout. I found lots of little, a huge bait pod of mullet. Might actually catch some of these mullet and free line them in here. I didn't bring a bucket though. Never mind. Fishing line hanging down from this power pole. Guess I better move or I snag up in it. Too late, already did. Dang it. Alright, I think I got free. Man, there's so much fishing line on this freaking... The gator out there. there's that little bump. Yay, we're on the board with a little trout. Little trout, first fish of the day. Took a couple hours, but hey, we'll take it. I'll take little trout. Let's see if there's another one in here. Lots of little bait in here too, so it's a good sign. There's another one. Puffer fish. Oh, he's in the boat. All right, well, there's puffers in here. I already knew that. I've already lost like $5 worth of plastics. It's in a little bit deeper water over here. All right, there we go. Some little trout, a lot of puffer fish. Oh, there's a hit. There we go. Smallest little trout ever. Little guy. Man, there's so much little trout in here. Good sign for the river though. Oh, I lost him at the end there. Had a hit there towards the end. This will be one right here. Look at that place. Jeez Louise. Having a hard time finding the fish today. I mean, lots of smalls, but you know what I'm talking about. The big boys. Having a hard time finding where they're at. Maybe we'll hit up these mangroves down and then we'll hit these boat docks here on the way back. We are just going through these little canals here. Boy, I'd be in trouble if I had one of these places. I'd be fishing every day. Hey everybody, all right, sorry, that's gonna do it for today. Boy, is fishing slow. I went all over the place. I tried everything I could to get on the fish. I really wanted to get some pretty good content, some good fishing, to come out with a nice Thanksgiving video, but it just wasn't happening. So apologies in advance for yesterday's short video and this short video. I definitely tried putting in the work. I'm definitely tired, but I'm glad we didn't get any bait today because there was just no fish to be found. It's just crazy. With this cold weather, like I said, everything switches up. I just saw a video online the other day, not too far from this spot, of a guy with a drone that caught, over 100 black drum all schooled together. So, I mean, they're out there, but they're schooling up. You got fish that are moving out because it's cold. You got fish moving in. And then you've also got fish that are starting to school up. So that whole 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water is in full effect for sure. So we went all over the place. This was me and my buddy fishing with Critter. It's first time at this spot. And I always say the first time I go to a spot, I'm not expecting to do too well because I'm kind of learning, kind of how to rig things up, where's certain areas, layout of the land. I'm constantly looking at my fish finder, looking at depths, drop offs, all those kind of things. And figuring it out for a future trip. So we explored everywhere. I'm talking, there were some deep holes that went up to like 28 feet. There's some deep shelves. We fished mangrove lines. We fished grass flats, mud flats, canals, both shallow and deep. We fished some bridges, some pylons, you name it. And my buddy even has the really nice fish finder where he can kind of like scan under the stuff and see the structure and actually see the fish on the structure. But unfortunately, he wasn't even seeing any fish on the fish finder. It was crazy. It was like they just weren't there anywhere. They weren't in the deep water. They weren't in the shallow water. That place must have been heavily fished. It's called Kiwanis Park. Don't laugh at my pronunciation of it if I'm saying it wrong. That spot looks like it would be really great fishing, but they just weren't in there today. And between the two of us, you would have thought. But we did find a big pot or a school of mullet by one of the bridges in about 6 feet of water. I ended up hooking up a shrimp jig, the Z-Man Prawn Star. I went with a chartreuse color because it was a little bit darker, murkier. I really wanted them to be able to see it. And I caught more little trout than I could count. Just little guys, just the kind you hook and you pull in, or they fall off at the kayak. Countless little trout. And then in some of those canals I was catching little trout like crazy. But as I've said before, that's usually a sign. If there's a lot of small trout and small fish like that are just all over the place actively feeding, chances are there's no big predators around there. Otherwise they'd be spooking off somewhere else. So and that turned out to be the case. In the very beginning I tried fishing a fluke. First cast of the day, puffer fish ate more than half of it. Then I put a new one on, cast it, about a dozen more times, and had another puffer chomp right down the middle of it, destroy that one. I switched over to my Walmart bomber lure that I've been tearing up the snook and the trout with in previous videos, if you've seen. And this time around, just wasn't getting anything on it. I ended up going back to a fluke once I got into some of those canals, just kind of working that on the bottom underneath some docks. And again, puffers. Anytime I threw soft plastics out, the puffers. And I was staying on the move. They were everywhere. In the deep holes, in the shallows, and the docks. So I gave up on the fluke. I ended up putting the Z-Man Prawn Star on there. And then we got some small trout. And there was some puffers in there too. But thankfully that Z-Man plastic did hold up on those puffers. But as we've seen, if they get a good enough hold on it, they're going to chomp that Z-Man plastic. Anyway, that pretty much does it. Like I said, that's why they call it fishing, right? I definitely tried, but we'll get back after it after Thanksgiving. I'm sure I'm going to have a couple pounds of turkey to work off. So stay tuned. I hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. And I will catch you in the next one, everybody. Tight lines. See you in the next video. Peace.